morning everyone and welcome to another video. This is the Range Rover Sport P300 HSE and today I am going to be reviewing it on the basis of its exterior, its interior, its tech, its practicality and its engines. But before that I would like to thank Mr. Awais Mohiuddin for allowing me to review his Range Rover Sport P300. And with that said and done, let's continue with the video right away. Let's start with the design of this car. And first thing, it's massive, it's huge, it's got really big dimensions. It's 2 meters wide, which gives it an imposing stance on the road, and Range Rover lettering right on the hood, and you have a Land Rover badge here, and this honeycomb grille which looks really nice. It has chrome accents also around it. Then these lights, these are beautiful lights. They are Matrix LEDs, and these are the headlamp washers of the car, and these are the front parking sensors. From the front it looks really imposing, and from the side as well it's quite lengthy. It's 4.8 meters in length. I can't fit it in my camera as well. Yeah, the design is a slight boxy, but it's still cool looking and it has that macho feel on the road. And these wheels are beautiful. They are 21-inch wheels. Yeah, that's right, 21-inch wheels. They are massive. And over here you have got some vent treatment, and over here also you have got some vents on the hood with Range Rover lettering here. And from the side it's really nice. It's fully blacked out, but it gives it a boss feeling on the road. It's really nice. And from the rear, it's again got Range Rover lettering with chrome accents. Below it's got Sport HSE written over here and Land Rover badging there. And it's got twin exhausts with a diffuser kind of treatment, which won't diffuse anything, but it gets real exhausts and parking sensors and a camera which has a water jet to it, so it can clean the camera, which and these are again beautiful. They are all LED lights. They are really nice and they work really well also. They look really nice. And again from this angle it's really nice. It's a slight boxy, but that boxiness helps because it gives it a great presence on the road. And this car's overall design is, I would say, 100 out of 10 because it looks so rad on the road. Yeah, I love the design of this car. Now let's check out the interior of this car. So let's open this door. It's massive, and first of all you have got these chrome door handles, and you have got the window controls and side view mirrors on the top, so you can rest your hand on top here and you get a total boss feeling on the road. You get a lot of presence while driving this car. And these are for memory seats, and this is to lock or unlock the doors, and this is for your electric seats, and this is to open the boot, and this is for the intensity of the instrument cluster to make it brighter or dimmer, and Range Rover plating here. And let's get inside the car. It's a climb. It's huge. Now let's turn it on. Yeah, it rose to life. And okay, once again, yes, so let's talk about this infotainment system first. So this is Land Rover and Range Rover's Touch Pro Duo. So it gets a lot of features in this screen. So let's start with cameras. So you can see the camera of the car by clicking a button, and let's cut it. And then you have got off-road settings over here, but right now I'm not in off-roads. You have got navigation, inbuilt navigation in the car. You've got your media connectivities. Over here, your media sources. You've got Bluetooth. Then you've got the screen settings, and you can actually tilt or adjust the screen according to you. So if you want to get the screen out, press this. You can see that it's coming out, or you can press it in and get it inside. There, this is enough. And then home, to the main infotainment system. And then this second screen controls stuff like air conditioning, the seats, and the driving modes. So it gets normal, it gets eco, it gets this it's comfort mode. Then this is grass, gravel, snow. This is desert mode, sand mode, and whatnot features in this car. And this is these settings of once again. This setting is for the auto start stop feature. And this is once again. This is for your infotainment system. This can show you how much water wading and all that you are doing if you're off-roading right now. And for the seats, you can, it has heated seats, so you press this and it shows you my seat is right now heating. I can make out, and you can adjust from 3 levels, or you can switch it off. And for climate control, you can turn on the climate control and it will give you blower settings. And this screen is really nice. The only issue is that while you are driving, there is this small button to prod for the blowers, so it might, you have to take your eyes off the road. That is the only issue, but when you drive this car, you will get used to it. But otherwise, it's a great infotainment system. Both of them work really well. They're slick to use. You can put in auto, but I'm going to keep the fan off right now. Yes, because it will make a noise otherwise in the cabin. And let's come to this instrument cluster. It's really bright, it's easy to read, and you can use these buttons to go through different menus. And you can go through different menus, and you can change the layout of this system. So press menus and you'll go in displays, and there is info panel, so you have got a trip summary and all that. Otherwise you can go behind, and then this is your layouts, and you can go 2 dial, which is right now, or you can go 1 dial with a map, or you can go full map, or you can go with medias. So there will be a trip, the speedometer over there, and there will be a media on the blank part because there is no audio right now. That's why it's not showing anything. Otherwise you can do your traditional 2 dial, which is good. So really slick to use, really nice in your dials. And you have paddle shifters, and the steering is really nice. It's leather covered, and you get this 2 like touch panels over here. And if you get a call, this will actually illuminate and glow. And this is for voice commands if you are connected to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And this is for your cruise control systems, and this is for lane keep assist. So you can press this and the car will steer to keep you in lane. And these are for the headlights, and these are for the wipers. Let's play the wipers. Yeah, they work really well. And then this is the gear lever. So you have got a traditional gear lever like always, and this is for auto terrain response. So you can press this and the car will go in auto terrain, so it can actually judge the terrain outside, and it can work on different conditions. So you press that and you can go without faffing around with this vehicle infos. And this is to adjust your height. So it has got air suspension, so you can raise it high or low. So I can show you that. It will, if I press this button, it will off-road height selected. It will raise the car right now. It's raising. Yes, it's raised. And then if I press this button, it will lower the car. See, normal height selected. It's dropping back. So really cool features. Really capable car also off the road. This is your electric parking brake. And when you open this huge armrest, you get connectivity. So you have got a cigarette lighter here. You have got a 12-volt socket. You have got a microchip over there. You have got 2 USB ports. And below this, you get a freezer with stuff. And you can control, it's a cooled box, so you can control it. So you can keep your drinks, maybe water. And it has a armrest here, so while you are driving you can keep your arm over here, full which will be like full king of the road feeling. And then over here on the practicality front you have got twin glove boxes. This is for the down glove box and this opens the top glove box. Yeah. And over here this is for your vanity mirror which has lights, and this mirror again with lights over there. And yeah, and it can keep my zipper also. These cup holders can keep my zipper. Even the door bin is big enough to keep my bottle of water inside. I have to remove the bottle. Okay, I'll remove later, forget it. So really nice interior. Just one thing is left to show you the audio quality, so let's. I don't know what songs they are playing on the radio, but audio quality is really nice. It has Meridian sound system, really good audio quality, and yeah, the interior is also really fab on this car. So it gets a big thumbs up from me. Let's check out the rear seat now. So I'm in the back seat of the Range Rover, and space is really really nice. The seat is in the almost the furthest position in the back, but I've got good legroom and I can stretch my foot under the feet also. Good underside support, and the car is wide, so you can put 3 people across and they will be comfortable. Headroom is also good enough. So yeah, it's a very comfortable car in the back. You've got 4-zone climate control here. So you can adjust your own climate. There is got a 5-volt socket over here, USB, and there's a cigarette lighter again, and there are magazine holders to keep magazines. There's a file over here otherwise, and you can keep this massive armrest down if no one is sitting, and there are twin cup holders. Let's see if my zipper fits. Yes, it fits. And then this is a small cubby again to keep some stuff. So you can keep your arm like this and sit comfortably behind. And this beige interior makes the car really spacious. It makes it feel more spacious. But if you want this car to feel even more bigger from the inside, you can open the sunroof by pressing this button, and this massive sunlight of this panoramic sunroof will open now, and it lets in more air inside and more light inside, and it makes the cabin feel more airy. And you have got touch sensitive lights here, which are really cool, and you have got grab handles. So yeah, even you have got touch sensitive light in the front as well. I didn't show you that. I'll show it to you. There, see, you turn on. So yeah, and quality also generally is really nice. You have got leather here, wood finish here, metal door handles, and leather down as well. So really good cabin. Quality is really well. So yeah, even the back seats really comfortable. So let's check out the boot now. Let's check out the boot of this car. So you can wave your foot underneath to open it. It has hands-free opening, but the car is unlocked right now, so it won't do it. But you can just press this button, and yes, it has electrical tailgate as well. So the boot is massive. It's 780 liters. That's really big, and you can store a lot of luggage in this boot. And yeah, I put my bag right now inside, and you have a partial shelf also if you want to cover if whatever you have kept in the boot privately. You want to keep it like private. And you have a light also over there. You have got a 12-volt socket. You have got hooks, tethering points, and so it's a very practical boot. You can put a lot of stuff and different kind of stuff. And below this floor, you have got a full-size spare wheel. That's really nice from Range Rover to give a full-size spare wheel. But this car is quite high, and if you want to load something heavy, you might get a spring in your back. Well, Range Rover has you covered for that. These are buttons, and if you press this button right here, it will lower the car on its air suspension from the rear. See, it's lowering the car right now. And if I press it again, the other button, it will higher the car. That's really cool from Range Rover, and you can store heavy items easily because of that. So this boot is very practical, and this car also overall is a very practical car. Now let's come to the engine of the Range Rover Sport. So let's open the bonnet right now. 1 second, let's find the lever. Yes, hydraulic struts. So this Range Rover has got 3 engine options: a 2-liter petrol, a 3-liter V6 petrol, and a 3-liter V6 diesel. This is a 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol, and you must be like, that's a small engine for a car of this size. But Range Rover has attached a twin scroll turbocharger to this car, which helps this engine put out 300 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque, and which can get this car from 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds, and has a top speed of 200 kilometers an hour, and returns a mileage of about 12 to 13 kilometers per liter, which is good enough. And this engine is really good on highways and in city commute as well. It has good low end punch, and in the highway also it excels really well. And plus the tuning of this engine is done really well. The sound is quite sporty, and when you hear the sound, you want to push the engine harder. But if you're interested in the other engines of this car and you think this engine is a bit small, I'll put the layout right now, and you can see the specs of the other engines as well. So pause your screen if you want to see it now.
It's all about humanity.
The Range Rover Sport is a really promising product with a supremely imposing design, and you cannot miss a Range Rover for anything else on the road. It has got a lot of tech on the inside, with a really plush cabin with a lot of metal, wood and leather all around. It is very practical with a huge interior, and has a big boot with a full size spare wheel with an alloy. Plus it has got a slew of engines which are great, including this 2-liter petrol engine, which is good enough for most people's needs. And if you want to buy an SUV for rupees 1 crore, the Range Rover Sport ticks almost every box a car buyer would need. And if you like this vlog, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye and take care.